Welcome back to Good Day Sinlaw. Joining us now is Scott Moreau. He's with the state police and a state trooper, and we're so glad you're here today, especially New Year's season.
Good morning. How y'all doing?
Great.
Yes. Did y'all get the chance to see? It came out this morning from the Louisiana Highway Safety Commission, the email with statistics, and statistics don't lie. And the last year that New Year's Eve fell on a weekend was 2011.
And what significance is that?
We had 516 people injured in vehicle crashes in that little window. 99 of those involved alcohol.
Wow.
We had 12 people killed, and 7 of those involved alcohol. So that's totally unacceptable numbers. I mean, that's ridiculous. Last year we had 752 people killed in Louisiana, and 41% of those involved alcohol. That's almost half of those fatalities. That's half of those families didn't have to have a police officer knock on their door and tell them that their loved one is dead.
And why is that? What is the reason?
It's totally preventable. I mean, that's a conscious decision that person takes upon themselves to get behind the wheel of the vehicle after drinking alcohol. And I don't know about you guys, but before I became a trooper, I've been a trooper for almost 20 years now, and before I became a trooper, I didn't think that person that drank 1 or 2 could actually be the person that could be impaired and kill somebody or get arrested for DWI. I always thought that it was that person that was just sloppy drunk.
Right.
You know, the person you saw at the party, you
Falling
know,
down.
Yeah, really not looking too good, you know, and that's just not the case. You know, alcohol has the same effect on me as it does you, and it starts affecting us immediately. So it's a preventable crash, totally preventable. It didn't have to happen.
And is it because on the people who don't drink often, but they have a tendency to drink more on the holidays?
And especially New Year's.
Is that what it?
Especially New Year's. Statistics show that as well. And then you don't know how alcohol affects you.
Right.
Right. As somebody that drinks maybe once a month or once every 2 weeks or something like that. You know, and it can catch up on you, it can sneak up on you really quick.
So you keep using the word preventable.
Right, they're not accidents. I've worked, you know, over 1,000 crashes, and I've never worked a crash that was an accident. They're very rarely, or they're accidents. They're crashes because as a driver, you have input into that vehicle. And that's why the majority of the time we issue citations in crashes, because they're preventable. There's a cause, you know, texting and driving, drinking and driving, and running a stop sign, swerving. Mm-hmm. I mean, think about it when you go down the road. How often do you see somebody that's texting and driving, you know, looking at their...
Often, way too often.
Way too often.
Now, we've talked a lot about the problem, but there are solutions involved. We can, you know, have a designated driver, but are there any other local solutions, ride agencies you can think of that could help with the issue?
I'm glad you brought up designated driver. I've arrested, and so has these other troopers, we've arrested a lot of designated drivers in our time. And you're like, what? Yeah.
What?
Yeah. It's because they feel that they're not as drunk. You know, they drank 1, 2, 3 maybe, and the person they're driving for is in the passenger seat totally passed out. You know, so their reasoning behind it, well, I'm not as drunk as them, so I'm driving. And so if you're going to put your life in somebody else's hands as a designated driver, make sure that person doesn't consume any alcohol.
Good point.
Thank you so much for stopping by today. Just to hit on what he spoke on even more, KALB, CBS2, and the CW have all partnered with the Ad Council's campaign. Buzz driving is drunk driving. You can find out more information on that on KALB's website as well. We'll have more Good Day Sinlaw coming up just after this.